June is Pride Month, and while the occasion has been an annual opportunity for companies to tap into their LGBTQ customer base, this year has been different. Participating in Pride Month has been marked economic suicide for the companies cashing in with Pride-themed fashion lines and tuck-friendly swimwear, without contributing anything meaningful to the LGBTQ community. This year, Bud Light, Adidas, Maybelline, PetSmart, and Target are among the companies that have faced backlash. Both Bud Light and Target's bottom line have been affected as consumers boycotted the brands. But there's long been a rumble of discontent over what many, including LGBTQ advocates, see as rainbow capitalism, where companies superficially support the cause with themed merchandise but make little significant or meaningful contributions. DailyMail.com takes you through the history of Pride Month and how this year's backlash evolved. The Stonewall riots in New York City on June 28, 1969 were the catalyst for the gay rights movement. A raid on the Stonewall Inn, which still stands in Manhattan's West Village, turned violent when cops started roughhousing the bar's patrons and staff, leading to 6 days of protests and violence. It's considered to be the watershed moment that kick-started the gay rights movement. Parades are held in cities across the U.S. through the month of June. In 1999, President Bill Clinton declared the anniversary of Stonewall every June in America as Gay and Lesbian Pride Month. In 2011, President Barack Obama expanded the month to include the whole LGBT community. And in 2015, the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage. Brands caught on to the growing public support of the LGBTQ community and began marketing campaigns featuring Pride Month-themed products, including rainbow branding. But not all members of the LGBTQ community were happy with this. Many have criticized companies for pandering to the community without providing meaningful contributions to the movement. That criticism has been particularly prevalent this year when companies including Pfizer, Cisco, General Electric, Mercedes-Benz, Vogue, and Bethesda changed the logos on their flagship Twitter profiles to feature the colors of the Pride flag, but did not show any tangible support in the Middle East, where lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans people have limited rights. Critics accuse the brand of superficial support and putting profit before actual pride. It's a running joke on social media that companies change their profile photos and branding to include the Pride flag as soon as the clock strikes midnight on June 1st. This year, the U.S. Navy changed its Twitter banner to a rainbow before quickly deleting it, then posting a lengthy statement in celebration of Pride Month a day later. It is something of a tradition for brands to deck themselves out with the rainbow apparel and merchandise during the month of June, but there doesn't seem to be much follow-through when challenged by their customers. Fast forward to earlier this year. On April 1st, Bud Light featured a campaign with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney. The backlash from consumers was swift and led to a boycott of the beer and its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, which put marketing executives on leave and led to the company distancing itself from its own promotional campaign. Sales of Bud Light dropped by almost a quarter. In some markets in the South, such as Jacksonville, Florida, and New Orleans, sales were down 40%. Parent company Anheuser-Busch had released rainbow bottles and cans of Bud Light for Pride Month in the past, but having a transgender woman promote the beer was a step too far for their consumers. By the following month, Target was facing its own backlash for a line of Pride-related merchandise sold in stores, which included tuck-friendly swimsuits that have extra material in the genital area. Conservatives and moderates started boycotting the chain, and Target lost $14 billion in market value in 3 weeks.
Where's the straight section for straight kids?
Indoctrination of kids.
Where the straight section is.
Some stores in the South removed their Pride displays, and Target CEO said in a statement that several products had to be pulled from shelves because of threats to staff members. This resulted in counter backlash from LGBTQ advocates who demanded the items be restocked. Meanwhile, Walmart has stood firm on its decision to unveil its Pride merchandise. So why has there this year been a backlash over something that's long since been a yearly tradition? It all leads back to Washington and a changing political climate. There has been a growing national debate over transgender youth, trans women competing against cis women in sports, and medical procedures for transgender minors. Both sides of the political aisle have seized upon the issue.